Good morning, UPBOptionMillionaires.com on this Monday, June 4th, 2018. S&P 500 futures are higher. It's about 10 minutes before the opening bell. We're up over 1/3%. And look at this. Could we finally be breaking out here on S&P 500 futures? Look at this. Up against resistance. We've broken through it. Possible move up to 2,800 coming over the next couple weeks. Leading the way has been small caps. Technology starting to pick up the pace. I'll get into that chart in a minute. We don't have a lot of time here. The bell's going to ring. Financials lagging. We need to see financials start to catch a bit. But you look, technology, small caps been leading the way. S&P 500 futures starting to recover. Breakout after the losses we saw Italy on Tuesday. Yes, that lasted long. When I was talking about Brexit, they gave it a 2-day pullback that was from, after hours, when Brexit was not going to happen, we were up at SPY 212. The next day we were at 202. And then we dropped to 190 in 2 days. We came all the way back. And then, of course, we know what happened after that. New all-time record high after new all-time record high. Well, we had Italy, a one-day event. The market is starting to learn. One day, the market will just ignore everything and just head up every single day. But until we get to that point, we got to look at these pullbacks as nice buying opportunities. Look at the VIX. The VIX up near 18 on Tuesday. Look at that move up to 18. Well, beaten down again. And we've seen each of these spikes to the upside reversed over time. The one to start the year, it really took a while before we started to see volatility melt. The VIX, the fear index, quote unquote, and to break down into possibly under 12, 10, 11 into the summer, which would imply new all-time record highs for the market. Real quick, a couple charts. IWM, small caps. We came down with the Italy news to test support, gave it one more kiss, a little tasty piece of prosciutto down there before rallying new all-time record highs for small caps. S&P 500, look at this. This is the pattern I'm talking about, the sideways consolidation pattern that we've seen. Yeah, we broke down on Italy, came back up. We're in this sideways flagging pattern. Well, guess what? We're over this 274 level here this morning. Hold above it, close above it today. Very bullish for the market. Technology leading the way. New all-time highs for Amazon, Facebook. How about Microsoft into triple digits this morning, up over $1. This looming head and shoulders pattern I talked about to watch for. And of course, we had a looming head and shoulders pattern in 2009, 2011. Well, guess what? Another one bites the dust. Look at that candle. We came up to this resistance point numerous times and we failed, rejected. Look at it, how many times we got rejected. Finally, broke through it. And of course, it happened with the jobs report. It was as we call it, the chat room at optionmillionaires.com, a Mikey candle, as we broke out, not just with a violent move through this resistance level, now above it. Folks, it looks very bullish for technology. Look how close we are to new all-time record high. And you can see from a longer-term 5-year weekly chart, you can see really more dramatically that move over the resistance that can erase this head and shoulders pattern and a possible test of new all-time record highs coming in the next couple weeks for the QQQ. And you will look at financials possibly catching a bid as well if this market continues to move to the upside. Look at these rejections of downside for the XLF. Similar candles you see with the JP Morgan Chase hitting support in the 105.80 range. You can see it last week hitting that support and bouncing. Possible reversal to the upside here over 110, 112 for JP Morgan Chase if the market can remain strong here. So watch the financials and the continued action for the NASDAQ, the QQQ for a possible move over 175 in the short to medium term. Finally, energy. Let's look at energy and these key reversal zones that I pointed out in the past. We got up near 80 for XLE before a sharp reversal to the downside. There was a week and a half ago as this market, crude oil was pulling back and we got under the 79 and 78. It happened in a week where it was maybe a $4 2-day reversal for XLE. You can see the gap downs that we saw as we met this turning point. If you look from a longer term perspective, each of these turning points have resulted in a move back to support. So are we implying that another rejection as we saw back at the start of 2018, that we're going to hit this 67.50 level? That's something to watch for here because I think if we see energy pull back in a sharp fashion, and I'm just looking now here as the market's going to open in about 5 minutes, that crude oil's turning green. So that's going to help energy here this morning. And finally, let's look at Baidu. Baidu was beaten down 2 Fridays ago. This past Friday after the jobs report, we had a nice little bounce. We're up at the 250 level. Look at the decline we've had. And if you look from a longer term pattern, I talked about this in my last video last week. That song, I don't know what artist sings the song, but it's basically got knocked down and you get up again. So look at all this year. It's pretty much been the same kind of pattern here for Baidu. Gets knocked down, gets back up again. Gets knocked down, gets back up again. Gets knocked down. Well, guess what? It looks like we're getting back up again, and that back up again could lead us up to the 300 level. And also look at BABA as a continuation of the move. It finally broke 200 with a vigor this past week on Friday. And look at the candle here breaking out. Possible new all-time record highs. Look for a move possibly to 210 I talked about in my video last week. All right, UPBOptionMillionaires.com. The market's going to open in about a minute, 2 minutes. So I'm going to get into the chat room, and I'll see you all there.